So we have already discussed the definition of loop. So if I read the definition, then you will understand. A loop is nothing but execute a block of instruction or statement repeatedly as long as the loop condition is true. How many times it will repeat means as long as the given condition is true. When the condition fails, it will terminate the loop execution, right? If someone asks you what is loop, then you need to answer this one, right? Then what is a while loop? A while loop is used for executing a statement repeatedly until a given condition returns false. As long as the condition returns true, it will execute the loop body. Once it returns false, it will terminate the loop. Here statement may be a single statement or block of statement. That doesn't matter. You can write a single statement or you can write multiple statement. The loop iterates while the condition is true, right? So as long as the condition is true, the loop will be executed, right? Now, let us see the syntax. So this is the syntax. So here, while is a keyword. By using the while keyword, we can create the while loop. Like for is a keyword, for is a keyword, while also a keyword. So here, while is a keyword. By using this while keyword, we can form the for loop, right? So you can see while you have to provide the condition here. That condition, as long as true, the statement written inside the while loop. So while block or loop, when I'm saying, you need to understand this open and close curly braces. As long as the given condition is true, this loop statement is going to be executed. Once the condition becomes false, it will come out from the outside of the while loop, right? So you understand the syntax? Yes or no? So this is
Yes,
the
sir.
syntax. So while you need to provide some condition, as long as the condition is true, it will execute the loop body. And once the condition becomes false, then it will terminate the loop. Terminate the loop means it will come outside the closed curly braces, right? So to understand this better, we need to understand this while loop better, we need to see the flow chart. This is the flow chart of the while loop. So your program execution start from here. Once the program execution start, the while loop, this is nothing but your while loop. In while loop, you have to check the condition, right? Whenever you are checking a condition, the outcome is two things. What are the outcome? Whether the condition is true or whether the condition is false, right? If the condition is true, then what are the things you need to do? If the condition is false, then what are the things we need to do? That we need to understand. See, if the condition is true, then it will execute. This is nothing but statement, loop body. So if the while loop condition is true, then it will execute the loop statement. It will execute the loop body. Once it complete the once it execute the loop body, it will again come and check the while condition. Again it will check, and again it found that the loop condition is true, then again it will execute the loop body. Again, once it executes the loop body, again it will come and check the condition. Now this time we found that the condition is false. So once the condition is false, then the loop body is not going to be executed anymore. It will come to end. For the first time, suppose you are executing the loop for the first time, and from the first time itself, the condition what the value written us is false. If it is false, then from the first time only, it will not execute the loop body. It will directly come outside the loop body. So the loop statement or loop body, it is not guaranteed to be executed one time, or we cannot predict how many times the loop body is going to be executed. So as long as the condition true, the loop statement body is going to be executed. Once the condition become false, it will come outside the loop. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The same thing I have written here. You just read this, right? Now, let us understand while loop. Right? So, in this case, you can see I'm creating a x variable whose value is 5, right? And while I'm using while loop, and using while loop means what? I'm creating a while. If you are using the while keyword, means you are going to create a while loop. Here you can see x is less than 5. So the condition, it might be written you true or it might be written you false, right? So first time it will come and check what is the x value 1. 1 is less than equals to 5, condition true. So it will come inside and execute this two statement, right? Once it execute this statement, then it will execute this statement. What this statement will do? It will increase the x value by 1. Now, second time, the X value becomes 2. And once it executes, then it will come to this loop body. It will check 2 is less than equals to 5. Condition true. It will come inside. And again, it will increase the X value. Again, it will come check. And once X value becomes 6, then it will check X6 is less than equals to 5. The condition becomes false. Once the condition becomes false, it will not execute the statement. It will come outside. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's put a breakpoint. You know how to put breakpoint, guys? Did you try putting the breakpoint and debugging the application?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just click on here, right? So it will put the breakpoint, and if you don't want to click, so you just right click and insert breakpoint, right? So in this way you can put. So now let's run the application. See, so initially, okay, press F10. So now what is the X value? X value is 1. So if you check this, right click, stopwatch, quick watch, right? So there is something called quick watch. So what it written? It written you true. X less than equals to 5. The value written is true. And what type of value it is returning? It is returning Boolean type, right? So otherwise, what you can see, so you just read and then add to watch, right? So you can see add watch means every time you are executing the loop, it will change this value. So here currently X less than 5, and it is returning us true, right? As it is returning true, so what it will do, it will come inside the loop and execute this two step, right? See, it will come inside, execute the first statement, execute the second statement, then comes outside. Now, if you check, the X value becomes 2, right? X value becomes 2, again come inside and again execute this statement. X value become 3, X value become 4, X value become 5, right? Now observe, what is the X value? 6. As the X value becomes 6, now you can see what is it is returning us false. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now it is returning false. Now if you execute, then it will not come inside because the condition is false now. So where it will come? Now from this location, from the line number 9, it will jump to line number 14. Please observe. Directly it will come to line number 14 or not. That means as long as this condition is true, the loop body is going to be executed. And it is a entry controlled loop. Why? Now, because from the beginning only we are checking the condition. Give me 1 minute. See, so this is a entry control loop or exit control loop. This is a entry control loop because before executing the loop body, it is checking the condition, right? So it is an entry control loop, and as long as the loop condition is true, the loop body is going to be executed. Right? Once the loop condition become false, it will come outside the loop. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now can anybody tell me if I comment this statement, what it will do?
It will be remain at 1.
Yeah, that will remain at 1, but what will it will print?
It will
Infinite.
print to
It is
Execute
going,
continuously.
yeah, it is going to be an infinite loop. It will execute the loop body and there is no end condition. We have provided the condition, but we have not increasing this X value. As you are not increasing this X value, this loop, there is no end. This is a never ending loop. Never ending loop means it is an infinite loop. So you will see that it will continuously printing the X value. See, it is like this, right? Now if you observe the task manager, yeah, see, the CPU utilization is how much? 97, 69. That means you can see the use of this power usage, this is our application high, right? So you can see 60, 82, 83, memory utilization is 73%. That means it is taking more time because every time we are not deleting anything or it is executing the same statement, right? Now stop the loop. See, it will decrease or not 32, 27, 21, 18. So you need to understand. So how impact is this? So whenever you are creating a loop, so you need to understand the importance of ending the loop. So you need to be very careful to provide the condition when the loop is going to be executed. So condition is this. This condition is going to return true or false. But you need to make sure that at some point of time, this condition should return false. That is your responsibility. And how you can make sure? Now, if I'm checking X value with this, so I need to make sure at some point of time, the X value should become 6. If the X value is not increased beyond 5, then this loop is not going to be end anytime, right? So that you need to be taken. Right? You understood this or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, write a program to print the numbers in the following format up to a given number that is entered from the keyboard. I need to print 2, 4, 6, 8 up to some number. Let's say I enter 30. So up to 30, I need to print. You understood now what is my requirement? I want, if I enter 10, then it should print me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. How I can do this? Please observe. So I will ask the user to enter a number. He will enter any number. My loop is going to start from where? 2. So I initialize the loop variable to 2. Then I will check 2 is less than n. So it will condition true, it will print 2. And each time I need to increase the loop variable by 1 or 2. If I increase 1, then again the condition I will becomes 3 and it will print 3. But I don't want that. What I want 2, 4, 6, 8 series. So I need to increase the counter variable by 2. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if you execute this program, then you will see that I enter a number 15. So it will print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14. And this is possible because we are starting the I value from 2. So it will print the I value initially 2 and I'm increasing the I value by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8 like this it will become, right? So in this case, you can see the output like this, right? And whenever you are working with some conditional statement, Visual Studio giving you some instruction to optimize your code. So you can see in this statement there are 3 dots. Yes or no? You can see this 3 dot here. Okay, let me increase.
Yes,
the,
sir.
yes or no? This 3 dot here.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, so you can optimize this code. How? Use compound assignment. We already discussed compound assignment, how it is going to influence compound assignment. I plus equals to 2. What it means? It means I already discussed I equals to I plus 2. So the meaning is same. But what is the difference? Now in this case, you can you see this is a single operator and here I am having 2 operators. Right? So it is showing you some information or some instruction to make your code optimized. So if you write this, no problem, you are getting the output, but it is suggested to write like this. And it is who suggested this? Visual Studio suggested this. Who provide Visual Studio? Microsoft provide Visual Studio. So Microsoft suggested us, or Microsoft telling us, instead of using this type of assignment, please go with compound assignment. Compound assignment will give you more better performance than this. Instead, in this I value, is it this condition I modulus equals to 2 is 0, 0? No, it will not going to work because see, I'm going to print the what the current I value hold. If current in this case, I'm not increasing, or in this case, I'm not decreasing the I value. In this case, what I'm checking, I'm just checking the condition whether the condition is true or false. But I need to print the I value. right? So if I want to print the I value, I have to increase or decrease the I value, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this n is nothing but it is your n, right? So up to that number I need to print. But what value I am going to print? What is the value? What is the current I value? So for the first time, current I value is 2. So it will print 2 here, right? And then it
Yes,
will
sir.
increase the I value to 4. Then it will check 4 is less than with the number. If it is yes, then it will print 4. Like this, it will print. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That won't. No, that will not increment. So, see, if you are writing I plus equals to 0, so what it means? It means you are not increasing the I value, na? So anyhow, you need to increase the I value. And here, what is the condition? So here the condition is that I am entering one number. I am entering the number as 30. And in this case, suppose you increase the I value like this. But when the what is the end condition? When it will stop the loop in this case. Okay, let's do with your example code. So it is going to be, suppose I enter 30, but it is going to be a never ending loop. You see, it is a never ending. Every time it will print the I value, right? You are just increasing the I value to 2. But when this condition is going to be end, right? You understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this condition is means it will return true or false. If I modulus 2 equals to 0, it will execute the loop body. Right? So you need to understand this thing. So there should be some end condition. So here end condition is that I less than equals to n. So once I value becomes n, then only it is going to loop the body. You can see. So I just enter 30. It is printing me number 2 to 30, right? Okay. Now I just need to write one program to print the Fibonacci series. You know what is Fibonacci series, guys? So the Fibonacci series is nothing but the first number is going to be 0, the second number is going to be 1, the third number is going to be the sum of previous two numbers. So 0 plus 1, 2. This number is previous two number is this 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 3 equals to 5. 3 plus 5 equals to 8. This is nothing but your Fibonacci series. Now let us write a program to print this Fibonacci series. See, that won't instruct, that won't instrument increment I plus equal. See, in this case, you are increasing the I value, right? But you need to one limit now. When I value becomes 30 or when I value becomes 60, at that time I need to stop my loop. Where you will provide that condition? Right? You understand my question now? So you are increasing I plus equals to I. What it means? What is the current value of I? I am adding that current value with itself. But my condition is I am going to print the I value up to 30. When the value becomes 30, at that time I need to stop the loop. Where you will provide that condition?
Inside the if condition, you need to implement an if condition.
You need to implement if condition. Can you share me the
If you
code?
want it to stop at 30, you have to put if I is less than 30, and then
Hello?
equal less than or equal to 30.
Can you share the code, please? I just need to execute directly on my machine. What exactly you want to check? Can you share the code? Or just guide me. Okay, let me copy the previous example code. Okay. Okay. So what you need to write here?
Hold on 1 second.
I'm doing the same thing now, bro. Here you are mentioning I less than equals to 30. What I'm writing here, I less than equals to n, right? So this 30 I'm entering and I'm storing this n value. So if you are not taking the value from the keyboard, so you can hard code it like this. This is fine, right? But if you are using I plus equals to I, then this is doesn't make any sense now. You understand my you understand? I plus equals to I means what is the current value of I? I'm adding that current value with itself. So in this case, what will become? Now first time I value is 2. 2 plus 2, it will become 4. Next time 4 plus 4, 8. Next time 8 plus 8, 16. What is the but that is not our output now. So in this case, if I execute the code, then you will see that I'm not getting my desired outputs. So 2, 4, 8, 16. This is not my requirement. What I want is I want 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. You understand your point?
Basically, logic is not correct. Like,
Right. So this is not our logic. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to discuss one more program, that is Fibonacci series. So you know what is Fibonacci series? Fibonacci series means the output should be like this. First number is 0, second number is 1, third number is 0 plus 1, the previous two number, that is 1, the next number is 1 plus 1, that is 2, the next number is 1 plus 2, that is 3, the next number is 2 plus 3, that is 5, the next number is 5 plus 3, that is 8, and so on. So this is nothing but your Fibonacci series. See, basically, if you are creating one program now, there are many ways you can implement the logic. Whatever the logic I have shown, this is one way. If you try to use a temp variable, or if you are doing some other kind of operations, then it's well and fine. You just create the program and just share the code. We will check that also, right? So it is not necessary the way I'm explaining or the way I'm implementing the logic is the final one. The same program can be represent or can be created in many different ways. So, but for optimization, if you are thinking to create a temporary variable means additional data, right? So why? Okay, so this is not the optimized code. Why I'm saying this is not the optimized code? Because why I'm checking the condition here. Why I'm going to check the condition here? Okay, let me show you, let me give you clarity. This is not the optimized code. Why I'm okay. Okay, yeah.
ELT is not declared.
Okay. So while I is less than equal, let's say I am putting the number 30 here and I modulus. So you have to put,
You need one equals right there.
yeah, so you have to put like this, right? And you need to print the statement here only. And I plus plus. This is what you want to tell, na? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Okay. So see, I'm just showing you what is your output. Suppose one counter variable is there and I initialize that counter variable with 0, right? So what I'm doing, I'm just doing counter plus plus. That means I just need to print how many times your loop is executed. Console.writeLine counter. How many times the loop is going to be executed? It will print this. So 31 times. Okay. Let me give you counter value is loop execute is so that means each time your loop will execute, this counter variable will increase by 1. Yes or no? Now I'm just printing. So here you are just starting with 0. Let's start with 2 so that I don't want to print 0 and 1. Okay. So in this case, just check. How many times your loop is executed? 29 times. Right? Now come to my code. Okay, this is your code. This is my code, right? So here instead of I just put it as j less than, right? And here I'm putting the value of j, right? I'm creating another counter variable, let's say counter 1, and I'm increasing the counter variable plus, right? And I'm here printing the value counter 1. Okay, let's comment this line because both are going to give you the same output, right? Okay. Is there any error? This is my while loop. This is executed. Plus equals to counter plus 1.
J plus equal to 2, you need to give some.
Oh, sorry. Here I have to write j plus, right? See, the code which you provided, the loop executed for 29 times. The code which I have written is executed for 15 times. That means the output what you are getting and the output what I am getting is exactly the same. But the number of times your loop is executed 29 times, and the number of time my loop is executed 15 times, right? So from performance point of view, you can imagine how much impact it will do in your code. If my application, if my code is taking 5 seconds, then your code is going to take 10 seconds. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So you need to understand from the optimization point of view, what is the best way. See, I don't know why. See, if I'm going to print the series 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, then why I'm going to increment by 1? I can increment
I
by.
was going to say, sir, didn't your code run faster only because you're incrementing higher than he's incrementing?
Sorry.
Isn't your code running faster because you're incrementing higher than he's only incrementing by 1 and you're incrementing by like 2?
So here I'm incrementing by 2. Here you are incrementing by 1. That's why your code is executing. So each time my j value become 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, but your I value will become 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like this. And again, why I'm going to check this if condition? Even I'm sure that the I value is always going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 like this. So in this case, you can see this conditional statement is also not available in my case. So checking this condition is also taking some time or not. So instead of this conditional statement, I'm directly writing the code, right? So you have, so the loop is going to execute for 30 times. My loop is going to execute it. Your loop is going to execute it 29 times. My loop is going to execute it 15 times. Apart from that, this additional checking, additional conditional statement you have, which is not in my case, right? So this will take some time. Yeah. Yeah, so if I'm getting the output directly, then why I'm going to check this additional if condition? Because I know I know my loop is starting from 2, and each time I'm incrementing the value by 2. So there is no need for this conditional statement. Na? So instead of this, so what you can do like this. So in your code, you can do like this: I plus equals to 2. So in this case, if you run your code, you will see that your code is going to execute for 15 times, right? So your code is going to execute it for 15 times. Even if you have written this code, the output you are getting this. Even if you remove this code, then also you are going to get the same output, right? Let's run the application and see the output. The loop is going to execute it 15 times without that if condition. So now you just tell me which one is better. Should I increment by 1 and checking whether the number 2 is module division by 2 or not? Because first of all, the number of time, the number of loop execution is reduced. Second thing, I'm not going to check this condition anymore. So this is the better way of writing the code. So the way you have written, you will get the same output. The way I have written, I will also get the same output, but your code is not optimized, right? In turn, optimization is important when you are writing the code. The number, how much time your code is taking time, that is important thing that you need to understand. Okay, I hope you understand the concept. Okay, now I'm going to write, I'm going to show you the program for writing the Fibonacci series. So we know Fibonacci series means the numbers should be like 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 8, and like this, right? So the next number is nothing but the summation of a previous two numbers, right? So you can see how I have written the code. So I'm asking the user to enter a number. Once the user enter the number, I'm storing that number in n variable. The first two numbers are going to be 0, 1. So I'm printing the I'm creating two variables to hold the first two numbers, j equals to 0, j equals to 1. I'm printing the I and j value. Then I'm creating a third variable, or you can say a temporary variable, to store the next number. So instead of k, you can say next number. Okay, so next number. So for better understanding, this is the next number. So the next number is nothing but the previous. So this is, you can say prev 1, you can say prev 2, right? So the first number is this one, the second number is this one, right? The next number is nothing but the previous one plus the previous 2, right? So this ij doesn't make any sense. It will give you better clarity. So this previous one, previous 2 means the first number and second number, right? Once you print the first number and the second number, the next number is nothing but the previous one and the previous 2, these two numbers, right? So it will become next number. It will check. Suppose you enter the number as 10. So it will check next. Next means 0 and 1 is less than 0 plus 1 means 1. 1 is less than equals to 10. Condition satisfied. It will insert inside, and it will insert. It will enter inside, and it will print the next number. What next number is currently hold? Next number is currently hold the value. This is the first 0 and 1. So it will print 0 and 1. Next number becomes what? Next number. This is pre 1. This is previous 2, right? Previous one is initially we have initialized with 0 and this is initialized with 1. So 0 and 1 we initialize, we print 0 and 1. So 0 and 1 we print. So this is nothing but our output. Output 0 and 1. Right? Then we have added next number equals to previous one plus previous one. What is previous one? 0. What is previous to 1? 0 plus 1. What is the value become? 0 plus 1 means 1. Right? It will enter inside. And what is the n value? N value equals to, let's say, suppose we have entered 10. Right? So next number 1 is less than equals to 10, condition satisfied. It will come inside. First it will print the next number. What is next number? 1. So it will print next number. After printing the next number, what you will do? Previous 2 will be assigned to previous 1. What is previous to 1? 1 will be assigned to who? Previous 1. And what is next number? Next number is 1, which is assigned to previous 2. So 1 is assigned to this. Then what is the next number? Previous 1 plus previous 2. What is the current value of a previous 1? 1. What is the current value of a previous 2? 1. 1 plus 1. What will become the next number? It will become 2. Right? Again, it will come and check the condition. Who is greater than? Now this time, who is greater than 10? Yes, condition satisfied. It will print the number, next number. What is the current value of next number? Current value of next number is 2. After printing this, it will assign previous 2 with the previous 1. What is previous 2? Previous 2 is 1. So it will assign 1 to whom? It will assign 1 to previous 1. What is next number? Next number is 2. Next number is assigned to previous 2. So 2 will be assigned to this variable. Then next number will be the previous 1 plus previous 2. What is the latest value of a pre1 and pre2? The latest value is 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 means the next number will become 3. Right? So now it will come here and check. Is 3 is greater than 10? Yes, condition satisfied. It will print the value 3. So it will print the value 3. Again, after printing the value, so it will assign pre2 to pre1. What is pre2? Pre2 is 2. So it will assign 2 to previous 1. And then it will assign next number to previous 2. So what is the current value of next number? 3. So it will assign 3 to this variable. Right? Now, after assigning this, it will add previous 1 and previous 2. What is the current value of a previous 1 and previous 2? 2 and 3. So 2 plus 3, it will add. What will become? It will become 5. It will store 5 in the next number. This time it will check 5. 5 is less than equals to 10. Yes, condition satisfied. So it will print 5. Right? After printing 5, it will assign pre2 to pre1. Pre2 is 3. 3 will be assigned to whom? Pre1. So 3 will be there. Next number will be assigned to pre2. What is the value of the next number? Next number value is 5. So it will assign 5 to previous 2. So after assigning, it will add this 2 number. So what is the current value of pre1 and pre2? 3 plus 5. So 3 plus 5, it will be add and the number will become 8. So it will assign 8 to next number. Now the condition is like this. 8 is less than equals to 10. Yes, condition satisfied. It will print the value. So it will print 8. After printing, it will assign pre2 to pre1. What is the current value of pre2? 5. So 5 will be assigned to this variable. And the next number, what is the current value of next number? 8. 8 will be assigned to pre2. So here it will assign like this. So once it assigned, then it will add pre1 and pre2. What is the current value of pre1 and pre2? 5 and 8. So 5 plus 8, what it will become? 13 it will become. So now it will check 13 is less than equals to 10. The condition failed. So once the condition failed, it will come after the loop. So now if I execute this program, then you will see I'm entering the number as 10. So you can see 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. And as per our observation, what should be the output? 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Is that clear how this loop is work?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And what
Can
is
that loop be optimized even more? Is that possible? Or is it like the top optimization?
This is the optimized code. See, this is the optimized code. There is no alternative way to optimize this. Because we need previous one and pre1 and pre2, and we also need the next number. This next number is going to be checked, and this number should be there to hold the previous two values. This is the optimized code. And if you try and if you look somewhere else, where you will find some other code, you can also share the code and we'll check whether that code is optimized than this code or not. Because for me, this is the optimized code. But it
Yes,
might
you're right.
be
You need a temporary variable to hold a previous number. Yeah, that's the only way.
Yeah. So you just check from anywhere else. If you find any other solution than this one, then we'll compare the code. We'll check how much time this loop is going to be created, how many number of variables are there. In this case, we have one variable, next number, one variable, previous one, another variable, previous two, and this is the destination, right? So we'll check how many times the loop executed and what exactly how many variables are there, because the number of see, whenever you are checking the code optimization, you need to check how many times the loop is going to be executed. Executing this statement or this statement is doesn't that matter, because if your loop executed for 10 times means these statements are also going to be executed 10 times. If your loop is going to be executed 20 times means the statement are also going to be executed 20 number of times. So optimization comes into picture means how you can reduce your loop execution. How many times the loop executing? If you reduce to some number of times, then your code will be optimized, right? Okay. So what is pre-checking process or entry control loop that we already discussed? That means from the beginning, if we are checking the loop condition, then that is nothing but entry controlled loop, or you can say pre-checking process. Then another concept is there, nested while loop. Nested while loop means if you are putting one while loop inside another while loop, then that's said to be a nested while. So you can see like the nested if else condition, like the nested switch case statement, the same is also here in the case of a nested while. You can see this is my while loop, this is my outer condition, and inside this while loop I am putting another while loop, and this is my inner while loop condition. So for that means if this loop execute to one time, then for each iteration this loop going to be executed a number of times, right? So the number of times the while loop is going to be executed is going to be multiplied by the number of times the while loop of the outer loop is going to be executed. For example, let's say each time the while loop execute, this loop is going to be executed 5 times. And if the outer while loop is going to be executed for 5 times, that means this inner while loop is going to be executed 25 times. That means the number of times this loop is executed is going to be multiplied by the number of times the outer loop is going to be executed. If outer loop executed 5 times and the inner loop executed 6 times, that means the total number of times the inner loop is going to be executed is 30. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another important thing, when this inner loop condition fail, then it will terminate the inner while loop. It will not terminate the outer while loop. When the outer while loop condition fail, then only it will terminate the outer while loop. Okay. So once, so the execution is like this. Okay. To understand the execution flow, please observe this. So the program execution starts. Once the program execution starts, the outer while loop condition check. When the outer while loop condition check, there might be two situations. You might be get the condition might be true or the condition might be false. If the outer condition loop become false, the control directly come to end. If the outer while loop outer condition become true, then it will insert inside the outer condition. If there are some outer while statement, that those statement will be executed, and then it will check the inner while loop condition. Again, as it is a condition, here you might be get two values. You might be get true or false. If you are getting true, then it will execute the inner while statement. After executing the inner while statement, again it will come and check the while condition, inner while condition. Again it will check the inner while condition, and here you are getting the condition value as true. Then again it will execute the inner while statement. After executing, again it will come and check the inner condition. If the inner condition is false, then it will not come inside the inner while statement. It will execute the outer while statement if is there anything. If is there any outer while statement, those statement will execute it and come and it will check the outer condition. If the condition is true, the same process will be repeated. If the outer condition is false, then it will come to an end. Is that clear how the nested while loop is going to work?
So I have a question. So like the more inner while loops that you make, the less optimized code that you would have. Would it be better to just break it down into multiple
Right.
while loops?
Right. So the better the number of times the while loop execute, the better the performance. The more number of times the while loop is executed, you will get less performance. So always try to reduce the number of times the while loop is executed. Or I'm not talking about while loop, any kind of loop you take into consider. If you are finding any solution to reduce the number of iteration, to reduce the number of time the loop is going to be executed, then that will be better. But the most important thing that you need to consider, the output should not be changed. Our main objective is to get the output. If you are not getting the output, if you are not getting the appropriate output, then there is no meaning of reducing the number of loops. If you are getting the same output by reducing the number of times the loop is executed, then that will give you better performance. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now the thing is that the the nested looping concept, it basically comes into picture when you want to do some pattern matching program like this, right? If you want to implement some pattern matching program, then you need to use nested while loop, right? Okay, suppose now my requirement is like this. If I enter a number 6, then it should print me the data in this format. In the first line, it should print 1. In the second line, it should print 1 and 2. In the third line, it should print 1, 2, 3. And in the last line, it should print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to implement some pattern matching program like this, number pattern, right, or star pattern, then you need to use the while loop, nested while loop. Let's see how we can implement this. All right. So see here, I will ask the user. The user will enter a number. Let's say the user enter the number as 6. Let's say the user enter the number as 6. Then how this program is going to be executed, that we need to understand. Right. First, it will check this condition. The condition is I is less than 5. So what is the I value? I value is 1. I is less than equals to 6. Right? This will be the first condition. The condition satisfied. It will come inside. It will check J value. It will create another variable J. And here it is checking J is less than equals to I. So what is the J value? Current J value is
1.
I, J. So the current I value is 1. Right? The current I value is 1. The current J value is also 1. The N value is 6. Right? So here you can see J is less than equals to 1. Here I'm writing control dot right line. What it means, it will create a new line. So that whatever the while, but when the while loop is going to execute, it will print the numbers in the same line. Again, when the outer while loop execute, it will create a new line and it will execute while loop. It will print the statement in the, it will print the number in the same line, right? So here J value is 1, I value is 1. 1 is less than equals to 1, condition is true. If the condition is true, it will print the J value. What is the J value? J value is 1. Yes or no?
Yes.
So after printing the J value, it will increase the J value by 1. So what, this is our output, right? So in output, first it will print 1, right? So once it increase the J value, what will be the J value becomes?
2.
2. So J value becomes 2, right? Once it becomes 2, say it will check 2 is less than equals to 1, condition satisfy or failed?
Satisfied.
Failed.
Condition failed. 2 is not greater than 1, condition failed. So once the condition failed, is it going to execute this block of code?
No.
No. Is it going to execute this block, this statement?
Yes.
This
Yeah.
statement belongs to our outer loop. This two statement also belongs to our outer loop. This statement is belongs to our inner loop. So this statement is going to be executed. Once this statement executed, what it will become?
I value incremented.
I value incremented to 2, right?
2.
Yeah, same. Once it comes outside, then whatever the local variable you have created here, J is a local variable. What is J? J is a local variable. Once you come outside from the loop, once this statement is executed, once it comes to this place once more, so whatever the local variable you have created, that is going to be deleted automatically. So here, once E comes to this place, so this statement is going to be deleted. What statement is going to be deleted? This J statement is going to be deleted. So let's delete this. Now, what is the I value? I value is 2. 2 is less than equals to 6. Yes, 2 is less than equals to 6. It will come inside and it will again create the J value. So now it is again going to create the J value with the value 1. Is that clear? And current J value is what? 1. Current I value is what? 2. So I is less than equals to 2. Condition satisfy or fail?
Satisfied.
Satisfied.
Satisfied. So if the condition is satisfied, when this statement is executed, it will create a new line. So the output is come to this line. So 1. I'm giving one space. Then it will increment the J value by 1. So J value becomes 2. So once it becomes 2, again this while loop condition will check. And now it is 2 is less than equals to 2. Yes, condition true because 2 is equals to 2. So again it will print the output like this, right? Once it print the value like this, then it will increment the J value by 1. So what it will become? The J value now becomes 3. The condition satisfy or fail?
Failed.
Fail.
Fail.
So once the condition failed, it will not enter inside the inner while loop. But this statement is going to be executed. What it will make the I value? I value becomes 3. Right? So once the I value becomes 3, then it will come to this place once more. It will come here to check the while condition once more. And when it comes to this place, is there any local variable defined in this block? Yes, we have defined one local variable J. So that will be deleted automatically. Now the I value is 3. 3 is less than equals to 6. Yes, it will execute this statement. So the output will comes to the next line. Now, what is the this statement will be executed? So J variable will be created with the value 1. So now J value is 1. So and I value is 3. So now the loop is going to execute it how many times? The loop is going to execute it for 3 times. So first of all, it will print the I value as 1. Then it will print the first of all, it will print the J value which is 1. Then it will print the J value which is 2. Then it will print the J value which is 3. After printing the J value 3, it will increment the J value as 4. Right? So once the J value becomes 4, it is going to check 4 is less than equals to 3. Condition becomes fail. So once the condition becomes fail, it will come to this place. So now I value becomes 4. Once I value become 4, the loop will come to this place. Once it comes to this place, the J value will be deleted. So in the same way, it will print. So 1, 2, 3. Then it will print 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Once it print the 6, next time the I value becomes 7. So when the I value becomes 7, it will check here and it will come here and check. 7 is less than equals to 6. The condition not satisfied. So it will not come inside the while loop, and that will be in our program. Now, if we run the application, we will see this out. Okay, enter the number 6, right? You can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you want to understand this program thoroughly, I would suggest you to run this application by putting a debug point and check each line what is happening, right? And this is a task for you. This is a task for you. You just write a program to print this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. You need to clear, right?